Well, my name is James Kline. I'm the director of Banger Boy Studio, Banger Boy Entertainment, the whole Banger Boy movement. I'm from Vicksburg, Mississippi. Initially, I've moved to Monroe, Louisiana, and then ultimately onto Mansfield, Texas. My life growing up was, man, you have to listen to my music, but it wasn't like a lot of people try to make it seem like, you know, we was homeless on the side of the street or nothing like that. You know, me and my brother and sister was raised by a single parent, you know, my mom. But times were very hard though. You know, times was hard, and you know, it was an experience that I wouldn't trade for the world. You know, but at the same time, you know, I really didn't like living on Martin Luther King Street, like talking about it. I mean, I had to be in that environment because that's where I was, you know, raised at. But you know, I mean, as soon as I got an opportunity to jet, and I got up out of there. So yeah, I grew up, you know, in a you know, 3 children, 1 parent household, and it was I mean, to look at it objectively now, I mean, it was a beautiful situation in spite of, you know, not having everything we want, going through the ups and the downs and the good and the bad. You know, it was pretty cool to me. I mean, looking back on it. I honestly don't feel like I had a support system. It wasn't, I don't think it was intentional, but you know, my mom, you know, she had to work. She worked 2 or 3 jobs to take care of me and my brother and my sister. So, you know, it wasn't like, you know, she supported us the best way she knew how. You know, my father wasn't around. You know, my brother's, you know, father wasn't around. I think the only support that I got was what I got from what I pulled out of my environment. You know, I created my own support structure. Yeah, my day consists of, you know, creating opportunity for brothers and sisters that are looking for, you know, a path to take where they can generate revenue for themselves. They can put themselves in situations where they don't necessarily have to go punch a clock. You know, if they, you know, got a camera and want to learn how to shoot videos, or they, you know, got something in their head that they want to learn how to put on paper, whether it's poetry or it's, you know, something that's informational, or it's rap or singing or whatever the case may be. That's what I love. That's what drives me though, man. Just creating opportunities for brothers to be able to follow their dreams the same way I did. You know, I just try to consistently build my network and inspire the people around me to do more than what they're doing if they're, you know, not pleased with what they're doing. And that's where Banger Boy came from. I used to gang bang, and people start calling me Gangsta Gutter or Banger Boy, and I kind of took that name and, you know, turned it into something positive. Yeah, I was, you know, I was a ranking individual, you know, in the insane vice laws, and then I just, you know, when I had kids, you know, and I, you know, started having kids, and, you know, started seeing from another, I guess, you know, I mean, it really changed me. People say kids always change it, but I know for a fact it changed me, because, you know, when I had my daughter, you know, I started kind of fading away from that life, and a year later when, you know, I had a son, I kind of went cold turkey. I was like, look, y'all my people, y'all my boys, you know, we've had great times, we had a lot of good times, a lot of bad times, but you know, it's time for me to do what I feel I need to do. And you know, I exited on an appropriate situation to where I didn't have to, you know, be involved in anything, or, you know, unfortunately get killed, you know, to get out. And you never really out of the game in a different situation where, you know, people just respect the fact that you're trying to do something positive. So with that transition, if anybody trying to make the transition from living that quote-unquote gang life, go back to the basics. Like, where did your gang come from? What was the purpose of your gang? Look back in your rules and your bylaws and find out, okay, what was the sole purpose of this gang when it was created? And then, you know, and with what I did is I went back to the basics, and everybody that was either over me or equal to me or under me, they respected that, because I said, look, what y'all doing ain't what we were founded on. You know, I mean, we weren't founded on robbing and selling dope and doing all this. We were founded to protect our community, and that's what I do. And that's pretty much how I got my pass. that was one of those defining moments when I was walking up the street one day, and I got in a lot of fights, but it was this particular time I got in a fight on the basketball court, and I was like, man, bro, this ain't, I just don't want to do this. Like, this ain't, not that I'm scared, not that I'm timid or anything like that. I was like, man, I wasn't feeling it no more. Like, I had kids, at this point, I was already kind of transitioning, but, I was like, oh man, everybody got time for this, man. My homeboys was getting killed, getting locked up, just all kind of crazy stuff, man. Just getting, shot, paralyzed, just, I'm talking about, you name it, just everything was happening to my people. And I just was walking. I remember I was walking up the street on the side that was actually moving with traffic, and I was looking at my house, and I remember asking God. I was like, God, you got to give me something to get out this hood. Like, you got to do something. You got to tell me what I need to do to leave this hood. And he said, music. Banger Boy Studio, Banger Boy Records was founded at 1778 Martin Luther King Street in Vicksburg, Mississippi. Every time I go home to visit, I pass by my old house. I gotta pass by my old house because I still got family in the hood, but I just look at where it all began and just the whole, vibe that I feel when I say, man, my dream started in the hood on Martin Luther King Street. And I say in one of my songs, actually it's funny, man, I got a song that I'm on one of my verses on the song Dream. I say, I left Martin Luther King so I could follow my dreams. Because they always say Martin Luther King had a dream. I left Martin Luther King Street so I could follow my dream of becoming successful with my music. When I did, start Banger Boy, it was in my house, and it was like I said, 1778 Martin Luther King Street. It was in my living room, and I had, a girlfriend at the time. I had, 2 kids, and I think everybody they respected what I was trying to do, but wasn't too many people really feeling it. It's like, oh man, James be in the house all the time. James making beats, and James is producing music right now. I guess the fun part of me started kind of dying away with what everybody else perceived as fun. Started to die off, but I had a goal, and my ultimate goal was, like I say, to build my business far beyond where I came from, and exceed, my expectations and where I wanted to go. I see a lot of people with clothes and jewelry and, all the J's and stuff like that. And not to say that I don't have that stuff, but I bought that stuff in the correct order. Like I said, you have to invest in what is going to generate revenue for you. Like, I would rather, like if I had 20 racks, right? The first thing I would do would not be go buy rims for my car. I wouldn't go paint my car. I wouldn't go buy, the new Gamma J's or whatever J's are out, or, go out and spend all the money on shoes and clothes and jewelry and stuff like that. What I would do is invest that in something that would generate revenue for me, which would be, Control 24 or towers or robotics that it would take to do duplication, or invest in, some of the computers or something like that I would need to generate revenue, the cameras and things like that. So if you're trying to be successful at anything, whether you're painting cars or you're doing art or you're selling tracks or you're an artist, you have to find a way to focus your energy and stay driven in the direction that you feel like ultimately you want to be at. Like, you have to know how to project an image onto a canvas, a blank canvas, and without doing anything out of what you are planning to do and focus on doing, you have to paint that picture onto that canvas, So, and it's a lot of work at times, but you have, like I say, you have to stay driven, you have to stay motivated, you have to continue to look for the the sun on the side on the other side of the rain. You know, it's coming. I mean, you're gonna have thunderstorms. You're gonna have beautiful days. You're gonna see rainbows. You're gonna see dreary days, and you're gonna see those days where you're just soaring above the clouds and you don't even see a sun. You just feel perfect. But you have to stay driven, in anything that you do in life.